Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to manage your fuel and do the basic things for fuel management. So if you recall, in the last training video we talked about how to initially set up your gas management module in CStorePro if you're an ownership agent. So be sure to do that before carrying forward on this video. It's very important that you set up your system properly so you don't have to duplicate the efforts in the future. So to get started, the first thing we want to do is basically receive the deliveries when they come in. In order to do this, you basically click on Gas module on your basic task dashboard and you say enter in new delivery. And you simply enter in the gross and the net amount that you're actually getting in for that day. So let's say I got this delivery yesterday. I'll come in here and I'll enter in my gross amount and my net amount. The gross is usually utilized to calculate your cost and the net is usually utilized to calculate your tank report short over. If you don't know your net or you don't know your gross and you just know one or the other, simply enter in the same value for both. You can also specify the BOL number or the supplier name at the top so that when it comes time to entering in the cost, you can track it by the BOL number. If you're getting multiple loads in one day, be sure to select load 2 when you're getting the second load on the same day. You do have to basically receive load 1 in order to select load 2, and you have to receive load 2 in order to select load 3, etc. Over here, this is a very subtle but very important indication which tells you that according to your stick reading, you have about 5,500 gallons. According to your system inventory, you have about 5,000 gallons. Your super is pretty close and your diesel is pretty close, but your regular is obviously off by about 400 gallons. So occasionally every month or so you have to do this adjustment, which we'll talk about in the next video, but for now you can just ignore this. And go ahead and when you're entering your net and your gross for each tank, you just go ahead and add the delivery in. Now once you've added the delivery into the system, when you click on this gas tab over here, you'll notice that it'll indicate that there's one cost that you have to enter into the system. So typically the jobber sends you the delivery today, but then the cost invoice later on. So when you come in over here to enter in the cost, you simply just click on enter cost and it'll take you to that BOL number. Here you'll be able to select and enter in the cost. So if you already know your taxes and if you already set them, you can just enter in the rack price at this point. So I can just say 142 is my rack price for this. 165 is my rack price for this, and for my diesel it's actually 171, let's just say, is my rack price. So these are my basically total prices for my fuel. You get your net over here, enter in your freight cost over here, any miscellaneous cost that you have, satellite fees or other loading fees or anything like that. And your total invoice should match actually what the jobber gave you. Now you notice over here the gallons are locked. This is a very subtle and smart indication if the jobber is actually charging you for more than you actually got in. So a lot of times what happens is you actually get loaded only 6,200 gallons, but then the jobber's invoice comes in at 6,500 gallons. So you can basically argue that fact at this point with the jobber. Once you've actually set this and the actual invoice amount matches penny to penny with what they've actually charging you, you want to go ahead and finalize it and make it eligible for payment. And you can put any memo notes over here if you want to. So once you've made it eligible for payment, the system will show up basically over here in Pay Gas Invoices. We'll tell you that you have 2 unpaid invoices. So when you're ready to pay these invoices, you want to go ahead and click on Gas, Pay Gas Invoices. And over here now, because you're a branded store, you'll select which day the payment is going to clear your account. You select which invoices you're getting charged for by the jobber. So for in this case, I'll select these 2 invoices, and if I was all of them, I can select all of them. And then you want to select which credit card batches the jobber is giving you credits for. You notice over here, I already have the credit card amount, the fees because they've been entering them at the store level, and my net. So I can just select that I have all of these with the exception of these last 2 that I'm getting credited for. If you're not entering in fees on a daily basis, you can just enter in the lump sum amount over here and you can get that entered into the system. Now if you have any cash card credits such as gas cash cards or anything like that, you'll see them over here, so you can select them over here. Typically you'll notice that this plus sign means that's how much you owe them. This minus sign means how much they owe you. And then obviously for cash cards, if you've already sold any, you have that, and then you get the commission back to you. If you have any other charges during this invoice, for whatever it may be, lease payments or anything like that, you can basically select it over here. The key thing here is to make sure that your net payment matches what's actually going to be drafted out of your account. And if it's a negative, it's getting credited to your account, make sure it matches properly. A lot of times jobbers usually make a mistake by not giving you batches for a credit card, assuming that it was given on the previous draft notice, or you're getting it on the next draft notice. But if you see this sitting idle for a while, you know that you haven't gotten credit for it. It's a great way to basically put nice checks and balances placed in the system. Once you're done, you just simply make the payment, and this payment will basically disappear, and this invoices and all these credit card batches will disappear from your credit card. So that's pretty much it as far as making gas payments and managing your gas. It's that simple. It's not really hard. That's one way to do it from this screen. You also have alternative modes, which is clicking on gas delivery, where you can select and add a new delivery. You can update the cost for that delivery, and you can also make the payment for that delivery, which loads the same screen. You can also do the payments from here if you wanted to, where you'll see all of your past payments, and you can just say I want to add a new payment, and again the same screen would load up. Third way to do it is obviously through your dashboard, right? Where you have your dashboard where it tells you your pull margins and everything like that. You can just come in here and you can just enter delivery, enter cost, and make your payments. So that's pretty much the gist of it. If you have any questions or need any help for this segment, please don't hesitate to contact CStorePro at 281-265-2299. In the next video, we'll actually go through all the reportings that are available in the system for ownership gas, and how you can track your margins and your profits and all that stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Look forward to you guys watching the future videos.